Welcome to today's discussion, where we'll explore the deep and transformative power of meaningful conversations. Inspired by a thought-provoking talk by Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, we'll dive into the essence of truly listening, understanding, and connecting through dialogue. In a world where conversations often become battlegrounds for asserting who's right, there's a refreshing and powerful alternative: engaging in conversations to learn, grow, and discover truths that we didn't know before. Let's explore how to elevate our conversations to this level. When we engage in conversations, many of us fall into a common trap. We approach discussions with the intent to prove ourselves right. Dr. Peterson highlights that most people enter conversations not to learn or understand, but to win. Whether it's to assert dominance, impress others, or simply reaffirm what we already believe, the focus often shifts from true communication to a one-sided monologue. This approach not only stifles genuine dialogue, but also closes the door to new insights that could be invaluable. Now imagine a different approach. What if, instead of trying to win a conversation, we genuinely decided to listen? Not just hearing the words, but truly listening, with the intent to understand and learn. Dr. Peterson emphasizes that when we listen, we open ourselves up to the possibility that the person we're speaking with might have something profoundly important to tell us, something that could change our perspective or even our lives. This doesn't mean agreeing with everything the other person says. Rather, it's about being open to the idea that they might know something we don't, and that their perspective could add value to our understanding. In essence, listening in this way is an extension of the philosophical ideas of Jean Piaget, who stressed the importance of how knowledge is generated. When we listen with the intent to learn, we engage in a process that can make us wiser, more empathetic, and less likely to repeat the same mistakes. The importance of diverse perspectives. In a meaningful conversation, it's essential to recognize that the person we're speaking with sees the world differently. Their experiences, values, and interpretations of reality might be completely different from ours, and that's not only okay, it's incredibly valuable. According to Dr. Peterson, even if 9 out of 10 things the other person says are dispensable, the one thing that we didn't know before can make the entire conversation worthwhile. This approach is especially crucial in long-term relationships, whether personal or professional. When we accept that others have a unique way of viewing the world, we become more capable of resolving conflicts and building lasting peace. Instead of being driven by the urge to prove our point, we learn to appreciate the insights and truths that others bring to the table. Therapy as a model for meaningful dialogue. One of the most powerful examples of this kind of conversation is found in psychotherapy. Dr. Peterson describes a good psychotherapeutic session as a dialogue focused on expressing the truth of a situation as clearly as possible. The goal is not to convince the therapist or the client that one perspective is right, but to collaboratively explore the truth, leading to psychological healing and growth. This idea, deeply influenced by Carl Rogers, suggests that the exchange of truth in a conversation is inherently curative. In therapy, both the therapist and the client aim to uncover and articulate truths that lead to better psychological health. But this principle doesn't just apply to therapy, it applies to all genuine relationships. In fact, Dr. Peterson argues that if a relationship isn't therapeutic in this sense, it's not truly a relationship at all. Congruence and authenticity in conversations. For a conversation to be meaningful, there must be a certain level of congruence, an alignment between what we think, say, and do. If we're scattered, inconsistent, or dishonest, our words lose their power, and the other person has no reason to trust us. Meaningful conversations require us to be authentic and integrated, which means aligning our thoughts, feelings, and actions in the pursuit of truth. Dr. Peterson points out that in his therapeutic sessions, he strives to listen deeply and respond honestly without a predetermined agenda. This openness allows for a true exchange of ideas, where both parties can explore how they really feel, think, and perceive the situation at hand. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about discovering something new and valuable together. Conclusion: the healing power of honest dialogue. As we wrap up this exploration of meaningful conversations, it's clear that the way we communicate can either build bridges or erect walls. By choosing to listen, to be open, and to seek the truth, we can transform our interactions into opportunities for growth, understanding, and healing. Whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or even casual conversations, embracing this approach can lead to deeper connections and a more fulfilling life. So, the next time you find yourself in a conversation, take a moment to pause and ask yourself, am I here to win, or am I here to learn? The answer could change the entire dynamic of the dialogue and, in turn, change your life. As always, if you thought this video contained info that wasn't a complete waste of time, go ahead and click on that subscribe icon. You can like it too, even if you didn't. Otherwise, miss out on condensed conversations that don't suck. Catch you on the next one.